Hello everybody, my name is Amy, or Creepypasta and Squirrels. Welcome back to my channel. I promised you guys I would do part 2. I would read part 2 of the Emily story that I wrote and gather some snacks if you would like to, settle in and listen to my little story. Since we're reading about, it's kind of a dark, it's a vampire story. I said that before in the title of the thing. Since it's sort of a dark vampire-y story, I decided to dress the part. So I'm wearing my vampire-y type outfit. And this is another dress from Wish. Just plunk right back in my seat. Anyway, sorry about that. Okay, so we are reading part 2. They're not really unlabeled parts. I just I'll stop after, a little bit, when I get tired. Here we go, everybody. She exited the tomb, her resting place for as many days as she had fingers and toes, and wandered across the graveyard of her hometown, a place she has lived within before she became other, and stepped onto the newly paved road, which, in her youth as a mortal, had been nothing more than an untamed forest. The town below, which she could see clearly from the vantage of the hill on which she stood, was bright with its electrical lights all aglow, and the random smoke from a few houses mingled with the few stars which peeked out from beneath the grayish dark storm clouds. Her heightened vision allowed her to glimpse through the windows that, to the average human being, would have looked as small as pinpricks of light, and see clearly what and who occupied these windows. She saw a family of 3 sitting down to dinner in one window, 2 children playing checkers in another, a pair of lovers engaged in that age-old ritualistic dance of the species in another. So sex is a ritual? Well, I guess it is if you're in some kind of weird cult, I guess. It can be a ritual. I don't know. Anyway, continuing on with our little tale of really cringy, not really quite horror. Emily breathed deeply of the smells of the living. Wait, where's that? Emily breathed deeply of the smells of the yet seep from. Oh, breathe deeply the smells of the living let seep from them. God, this is just awful. Each person she saw had his or her own unique sense, and they're all so lovely to the noses of the undead. Their unique sense is called shower in a can. Everybody uses Axe and perfume and stuff. I don't know, something like that. Okay, that must really suck to be a vampire and try to hone in on somebody's unique scent, and yet everybody's dousing themselves in fragrances. That must get quite confusing. Or they just have to have a really good sense of smell. Okay. She could almost taste the blood she could feel as well as scent, and her stomach contracted with eagerness. In spite of her growing hunger, Emily wished she could stand upon that paved dark road forever, just gazing down at her birthplace and breathing in the sweetness of the life below, of the somehow sane and insane thoughts of others, which swirled. I don't know what the hell this word is. What I don't know. Vertiginously? I don't know. I had a thesaurus. I didn't think I'd ever be reading this out loud, so I just found a word, found the meaning of it, put it in. Hey, it works. But I never in a million years thought I'd be reading this out loud, trying to pronounce these words. So I don't know. If anybody knows how to pronounce it, let me know. It is spelled Vertigously, and I kind of think it means it's the word that corresponds with the vertigo. It probably means dizzy. That's my guess. It probably is. But I used to know because obviously I put it in here. Okay, which swirled, that weird word again, as the smoke from the chimneys to reach her mind, as if it were a lighthouse to guide them somehow through the night. Emily laughed aloud. No matter what he's done to me, or what he will try to do to me, I will find my way back. I will. She's very determined, isn't she? I wonder what he did to her to piss her off so much. Ooh, let's find out. Sometimes, just sometimes, the memories are clear, and she can almost touch them, reach them, grasp them, and hold onto them tightly. And then suddenly, though she cannot think how much, though she cannot think how, much less why, The memories seemed to become a fish to slip through the tangled nets of her mind and flop back into the murky waters of her subconscious. You know, the use of commas would have been really helpful about now. Past Amy, use commas. And don't, you know, take over the thesaurus so much and learn how to talk, god damn it. Speak. Use your words. It's just you and a camera. I mean, you know, obviously you're gonna upload this to other people to see it, but for now it's just you and a camera. Focus. Speak. Use your words. Sorry, that was my little mini pep talk. Alrighty then. And I lost my place because of that. And I wish that furnace would turn off. This is so annoying. Alright, let's see here. Oh, when this happens, she retreats into herself and becomes nothing more than a savage huntress during the night, killing and feeding, and not taking pleasure in the chase and the task as if she had, but devouring only enough to keep up her survival, and during the day, she finds places suitable for her to retire. She kept on throughout time, as nothing more than a shell of what she once was, of what, in the back of her mind, sometimes, she knows she must find, and so in spite of her plunge into her more base animal self, she was always hunting for the one who could give her back what she had lost, give her back her memories, help her to retrieve them, and paste together the shreds of her mind. So she has, like, amnesia, I guess. I think so yeah, she kind of has it. I guess so, she lost her memories. Maybe she lost the memories of her, living life when she became a vampire. You know, that can happen, you know, the stories and stuff. Some stories I've read, you know, vampires will become vampires and they, like, forget their human life. Well, after a while, they sometimes do because, you know, they live for such a long time. It makes sense, right? Ah, my shawl is falling off. It's not really a shawl, it's like a little tablecloth runner thing. But I think it looks cool because it has spider webs on it. Yay. Okay, anyway. Every time I look to the camera, I lose my place. And I know that's really distracting to some people here, so probably to everybody watching this is quite distracting. But I'm working on it. Okay, where was I at? Okay, oh, it was right underneath the next part. I could have just, like, went down and whoop, there it is. In spite of what others, those who do not, cannot know, instinct. What? In spite of what others, those who do not, cannot know, instinctively, vampires do indeed exist, and they do indeed have hearts and minds and souls. Oh yay, the furnace turned off. Ha! So happy now I don't have to yell so much. Okay. Now it's gonna get real quiet in here other than me. They can love and dream and hate with as much vehemence. I never pronounced that word right. I guess it's just like another word for fury or furiness, you know, fury, you know, something like that, like, you know, excitement, I guess. Okay. With as much excitement and yearning as any mortal, perchance more so. Perchance, what am I, Shakespeare? They are always alone, even as they sometimes dwell within packs of others like themselves. Okay, they're vampires, not werewolves. Jeez. Ridiculous, Amy. So she's in a pack of vampires. Okay. Or mingle with the mortals, the living of the world. They are alone, and most of them have come to accept that, choosing the loneliness and dull throbbing ache which comes with it, to the mindless rush and senselessness of the short-lived and short-sighted trying to turn the freaking page. Sorry. Where was that? Oh, the short-sightedness. Oh god, this is ridiculous. Senselessness of the short-lived and short-sighted ones, who have no vision and have no passion and no liking of what real love, hatred, or dreams are or could be. A vampire knows, has always known, even as it knows the thoughts, memories, and essence of that which made it, as soon as it tastes the blood, sweet like honey, bitter like vinegar, soft and hard and reckless, and way too many adjectives, and contradictory adjectives as well. Something can't be soft and hard at the same time. Well, maybe, I don't know. Might be, well, maybe, like, if you have, like, a you know, I don't know, like a weight, like a exercise weight, and you like have it like covered in like a soft fabric, I guess that would be soft and hard. But bitter like vinegar and sweet like honey. Which is it? Is it bitter or is it sweet? Or does the blood start out a flavor and then turn into another flavor as she's drinking it? Those are questions for the ages, people. Not really, but you know, oh well. And reckless, soft and hard and reckless, and oh so tantalizingly ardent, as to the most powerful of wines, touches the other's lips and slides past the tongue and down the throat, burning like all the fires of hell, and caressingly loving as the whispers from heaven. Wow, that's some blood. I want a glass of that. Emily knows that the worst enemy a vampire can ever have is not one who hunts vampires, for they are most often mortal, and more a hindrance than a threat, but another vampire. She knows this is not because of logic's teachings, but because of what she, herself, has been through, and has witnessed throughout time. She stares blankly into the sky through the red haze of bloodlust, and claws at her mind with invisible... She stares blankly at the sky through the red haze of the bloodlust that claws at her mind with invisible talons, seeing the visions behind her eyes of places and people she once knew, and who she once was, a vampire, and whole, not this female thing with a warped and shattered mind that seems so lucid at times as to be frightening. One thing remains constant within her mind, though the memories and faces and words of others swirl about on rivers of darkened chaos. She must find him. She must, or all shall be lost, and she will have to retreat into herself, and never emerge until such a time has come in which her existence is lost for good. So she'll never emerge until she dies. Alright, the second time. The final death. She only hopes she shall not be too late. So she's still looking for this guy, who apparently has a key to her memories, I guess. Yeah. She's trying to find him. She's a vampire, we've established that. She's just feeding to, so she won't starve, I guess, so she's really hungry all the time. Anyway, I hope you guys like this. It's nothing special, obviously, and I mess up a lot, but I kind of figure, hey, that, makes it more real. This is not Hollywood. This is just me in my basement. I'm actually in my basement, if you guys, wondered where I'm at right now, because my dogs kept bugging me the entire time upstairs. So anyway, I said before in my dress video that I was gonna wear stuff from Wish in my next videos. Try to wear Wish dresses on my video. So the dress I'm wearing today, which you cannot see because I'm too close to the camera, move my chair out of the way. I back up and my head's cut. Oh wait, my head's not cut off anymore. Good. So this dress here, I can't really show you the whole dress because it's I'm wearing it. It's see, it has a pattern. Dude, it's pretty, huh? So, just take my shawl and see the back of it. So this dress here, I got from Wish. This is a Wish dress. Don't pay attention to my hair. My hair's awful. It's a mess. I'm wearing, stuff in it to make it match the dress, kinda. And the shawl that I got, which is not really a shawl, it's a tablecloth thing. This was also from Wish. This is a Wish thing. Yay, Wish. And I just used it as a little thing. And my, my hair, my little clippy bangs, and my little clippy things, they were also from Wish. And last but not least, my little horn things with the flowers on them, also Wish. I'm just really tired of people. I watch all these videos on YouTube of people saying, "Oh my gosh, Wish, I can't believe it. It's a horrible place. It's just, it sells cheap, crappy, knockoff shit, and it just breaks and they're awful. Let's make videos and buy a bunch of Wish stuff and we'll basically roast all the Wish stuff that we buy." And I don't know, I found a couple of them that said nice things about things they buy on there. And I just want to say that I shop on Wish a lot. I mean, let me turn my chair back around, this is ridiculous. I'm trying to kneel so I can see into the camera at a normal length here. Normal height, whatever. Okay. So, anywho, I shop on Wish a lot, and I buy a lot of stuff on Wish, and I think, I don't know, out of the hundreds of items that I bought, I mean, I buy a lot of items on there, maybe 1 or 2 items I've gotten I haven't been satisfied with, and I've had to return them. But for the most part, I mean, they have some really cool stuff on there. You just gotta know, you know, what to buy. You gotta read the reviews, all the reviews, and you gotta check out the sizing. You gotta do your due diligence before you order something, and especially for clothing, don't expect American sizes for the clothing on Wish. You want to order like at least 2 sizes up, or else you'll be sorry, basically. And the customer service, I hear a lot of people complaining about that, which I don't understand at all, because I've always had really good. They've been really good to me. Like every time I've had a problem, they've contacted me within about like an hour, maybe like less, and they always refund my money. And a lot of times they even let me keep the original item if I'm not happy with it. You know, instead of wasting my, time sending it back to them. They're like, oh, just go ahead and keep it. Like one time, I bought these shoes and they were too small for me. So I sent them an email and said, hey man, these shoes are too small for me, so I made a mistake. And they said, well, what do you want to return them and we will just give you your money back, or do you want to do a replacement, or what do you want to do? And I said, well, I guess I could get a replacement for them. And I was about ready to put them in a package and send them back when they emailed back and said, oh, by the way, don't worry about sending back the original small shoes. You can just keep those and do whatever you want with them, and we'll send out a replacement right away, free of charge. Basically, they just charged me for the 1 pair, but I got 2, and I gave them to my mom because they fit her, which worked out. They were really supposed to be for me. I had no plans on, buying shoes for my mom, but they ended up being too small for me and they fit her. So anyways, that was my little Wish tangent, wish.com tangent. I love that app. I love the store, whatever you want to call it, shopping place. I buy a lot of stuff on there, mostly fancy dresses, which I have no place to wear them other than in videos now. So I think every video I make, I'll wear a new Wish dress for you guys so you can see what they look like. And I buy jewelry up there too, fashion jewelry. They're really pretty. I didn't wear a necklace with this outfit because it really wouldn't go with anything. Anyway, I guess I should say goodbye because it's getting kind of past the little minutes that I wanted to. I didn't want to go over a certain amount of time on here because I don't want you guys to be bored out of your minds. So anyway, thank you for watching this, and I will see you next time. I'll do part 3, and part 3 won't have a tangent about anything else other than the story. I'm sorry, I just had to get that off my mind. And it was on my mind, I had to get it out. That's what I meant to say. So, okay, I will see you later. What am I supposed to say? People always say at the end of their videos, like and subscribe, leave a comment.